Hi, my name is Caroline and today I'll be presenting on how Looney Tunes has normalized the sexualization and harassment of women. During my childhood, I spent a fair amount of time mindlessly watching cartoons and Disney movies. I remember the excitement of watching a new TV episode live, and it always seemed like right as I sat down to start watching it, my mom would come over and yell at me, Caroline, please put the dishes away, or Caroline, go clean up your room. So it was always a race against the clock to finish whatever chore my mother had given me in the 5-minute commercial break. I think my childhood self might even hold the record for the fastest shower ever taken. One of my favorite TV shows to watch as a kid, my two brothers, was Looney Tunes. Its target audience was children 5 to 11, so naturally I started watching it when I turned 5. Or maybe not when I turned 5 per se, but when my brother turned 5, because I made every special event about me, so his birthday might as well have been my own birthday. We continued to watch this TV show until my younger brother turned 10, which was about 11 years of Bugs Bunny background noise, which I'm sure my mom loved every single minute of. Not really, and I'm so sorry, Mom. The three of us loved Looney Tunes because the loud characters, bright images, slapstick humor, and visual gags sucked us into the cartoon universe. However, beneath the seemingly silly plot lines were some not-so-innocent themes that managed to go right over my head. Not once did I think, something fishy's going on with the female characters. But it wasn't until much later that I realized that what they were doing was in fact sexualizing the female characters. It was really easy to miss this depiction of the women because we were watching for entertainment, to just pass the time. However, in this speech, I will discuss how Looney Tunes perpetuates and normalizes the sexualization of women through the characters Lola Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Pepe Le Pew. I think most people have an idea of what sexualization is and have seen it through media outlets such as Super Bowl commercials, other advertisements, and TV shows and movies. But for today, I'll be using the definition of sexualization as defined by Elizabeth McDade Montez, who has a PhD in clinical health psychology. She has defined it as the process whereby characters are portrayed and treated in an overly sexual manner. Sexualization can occur through conversations, comments, glances, and touches from others, and also in the way in which female characters dress and behave. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking is that, how does this relate to a TV show for 5-year-olds? But by the end of my speech, I hope you do become more aware of the reality that sexualization of female characters, women, can happen in almost any media outlet. Some common examples of this sexualizing behavior in children's media especially are characters wearing revealing clothes, portraying animalistic behavior such as purring and crawling, women being treated as objects instead of people, comments about weight loss, and sex appeal, and unwanted kissing, hugging, and touching. One of the most prevalent and common examples of this in the TV show Looney Tunes is Lola Bunny. While she is not in the original TV series, her first appearance is in the movie Space Jam, which occurs in the Looney Tunes universe. For those of you not familiar with the 1996 cinematic masterpiece, it follows the preparation and final basketball game between two groups. The first group being the Toon Squad, which is comprised of Looney Tunes characters and special guest Michael Jordan, and they are playing against the Monstars, a group of aliens who have taken the basketball powers from famous NBA players. Lola's first scene is when she walks into the gym in order to audition for the basketball team. She's shown sensually walking in, swaying her hips, and with smooth jazz music playing behind her. She's wearing a crop top and short shorts that expose her midriff and show off her curvaceous body. When she arrives, Bugs Bunny falls in love at first sight. However, she explains that she just wants to play basketball and has no interest in finding a relationship. After Lola shows off her impressive skills, Bugs Bunny becomes stiff as a board when she turns to him and says, "Don't ever call me doll." Bugs Bunny becoming stiff can be seen as him portraying a certain male anatomy part. And if this doesn't scream sex appeal, I really don't know what does. Lola Bunny is easily the best player on the basketball team, besides Michael Jordan. However, she's only shown in a sexual light. During the final game, when all the Toon Squad male members are walking into the gym, they have a bright spotlight on them and completely show their bodies. However, when Lola walks into the gym, she gets dim lighting, and the spotlight only shows off her curvy silhouette. Most of Lola's scenes focus on her body and not her playing ability. This is upsetting because, again, the target audience is children 5 to 11, so it's telling kids that women are merely here for entertainment purposes, especially towards men. Lola is seen as a sexual object through her clothes, walk, and effect on men. Another example of this is Daffy Duck. Daffy is Bugs Bunny's best friend and is the main character in the Looney Tunes TV show. His wild temperament, big ego, and pessimistic personality often lead him into comic misadventures. In one of these unfortunate accidents, Daffy Duck finds himself staring down the barrel of a gun. In order to get out of danger, he begins to put on a ruse and acts as a woman. He begins to sway his hips and slowly starts to undress himself, first taking off his gloves and then his feathered dress. After this, he goes back up to the man who's about to shoot him, gives him a peck on the nose, and quickly leaves the room. Daffy Duck shows his body in order to escape imminent danger. While this is not only sexist and wrong, it sets the precedent for children watching that all they have to do in order to escape danger is to show off their body. The final character I'll be talking about is Pepe Le Pew. While he's a controversial character in himself for being a stereotype of a French person, he seems innocent and a little flirty when you first meet him. He's constantly searching for love and chases after many women who are often uninterested in him. He refuses to take no for an answer from them, and if they do say no, he continues to follow and stalk them for the rest of the episode. Pepe Le Pew is often seen holding women too tight in his grasp and tries to kiss them, even though they are very uninterested. The women are often shown very afraid and trying to escape his grasp. Pepe Le Pew's character perpetuates the mindset that in order for a guy to be funny or romantic, all he needs to do is hold on to a woman and try to kiss them, even if they are uninterested and afraid. He's a common character, which is upsetting because children are constantly seeing this behavior and absorbing these ideas of sexual harassment as shown here. Lola Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Pepe Le Pew all exemplify the sexualization of women in Looney Tunes. Lola is a hypersexualized character shown through her clothing and movements. Daffy sexualizes the female body in order to escape danger, and Pepe Le Pew sexualizes women as objects and sexually harasses them. At first glance, or maybe after 11 years of glances, you might not pick up on this toxic depiction of women in the TV show. However, it's very easy for viewers to oversee this because the target audience is, again, children 5 to 11. These children are still very young and are trying to identify themselves. And at this age, they are easily susceptible to outside influences, such as media and TV shows in particular. Showing these sexual images to children at a young age risks them, and especially girls, as viewing themselves as objects of desire of men rather than viewing themselves as their own curated sense of self. Their entire worldview is how people have defined their role for them, instead of them defining their own role and creating their own sense of self. Girls in particular find themselves that pleasing others is paramount to anything else in their life. but this hinders the self-exploration that can lead them to create a different and authentic definition of themselves. I want to thank you for listening, and I hope you took something out of this speech. And I hope you'll be able to walk away and recognize sexualizing behavior in other outlets of media. Does anyone have any questions?